Hello everyone, welcome to today's session. So coming to today's topic, the topic is quadratic equations. So before getting into the topic, let us see what are the key concepts in that. So first one is introduction. In this introduction, we will be learning about the definition, standard form of the equation and the history behind this. And the second topic we will be learning in this, the solution of the quadratic equation and what are the methods involved in solving the quadratic equation. In that methods, we will be learning today factorization method, quadratic formula and what is the completing square method. And at the last, we will be learning about the nature of the roots and we will be winding up the class with the application of this concept. Right? So, shall we get into the topic? Right. So, already you have learnt about polynomials in your 9th class. Right? So, what do you mean by quadratic polynomial? A second degree polynomial of the form ax square plus bx plus c. A second degree polynomial of this form when it is equated to 0. It is said to be a quadratic equation. Simple definition. What is the definition? Once again I am repeating. A quadratic polynomial of this form. Which form? Ax square plus bx plus c. When it is equated to 0 is said to be a quadratic equation. Polynomial quadratic we said means this x square coefficient a must not be 0. Condition also satisfies for this equation when giving the definition. Right? So what are this? A is x square coefficient, b is x coefficient and c is a constant. So this is said to be the standard form of a quadratic equation. Is it clear? So now coming to the history of this quadratic equation. So Euclid, who is the father of the modern geometry, have given the geometrical approach for the quadratic equation. But we know oftenly for everything the contribution will be by our Indian mathematicians. So the Indian mathematicians Bhaskaracharya, Siddhacharya, Sridharacharya, Bhaskara II, many more. Specifically these three why I did mention you. I will be giving you the updates in this next topic. Right? So many more Indian mathematicians have also given their contributions for giving the quadratic equations and solving of the quadratic equations. So what we learned? The definition. A quadratic polynomial of this form ax square plus bx plus c equated to 0 where a not equal to 0 is said to be a quadratic equation. And standard form of the quadratic equation, whenever they ask you to check whether it is in the quadratic equation or not, means you are supposed to write the equation in this form. Next, history behind this is Bhaskaracharya, Sridharacharya and Bhaskara II are the main three Indian mathematicians who are beyond the concept of introducing to us. Right? Next, coming to this, how to apply the definition and the standard form in the general way. Okay, and what is the application of this definition? Let us see. Now let us see the application of the definition and the standard form of this quadratic equation, which fields. This is applicable in many various fields of mathematics and into our day-to-day life also. Example, let us take one example. A cottage industry is producing daily some products and the cost of the product is 5 rupees more than each of the number of the products, and the cost of the production of one day was given as 50 rupees. So how to represent this situation which is given verbally in a quadratic form? Right? Let us look into it. How? He said that let the number of the articles produced in that day be x. These are number of articles. Number of articles in a day bx, isn't it? Cost of the article, what was given in the question? Cost of the article, what was given? That 5 rupees more than the number of the articles produced in that day. The cost of the production was given how much of that particular day? Was given 50 rupees. So when I want to represent this in this equation form, So what do I get? The number of the articles produced in that day into cost of the each article will give me the cost of the production of that day, right? So when this becomes what? X into x square plus 5 into x 5x minus 50 equals to 0. So this is a quadratic equation. So in various situations, suppose when a rectangular hall you want to construct of an area 300 square meters. The length and breadth dimensions were given as length is 2 meters or 20 meters more than the breadth. In that case, how do we construct equation? So, suppose he said that 300 square meters, no, this area. The breadth is x. Length is 20 meters more than the breadth we said, right? Then how to represent this in the equation form? Length into breadth. So, what you will get? X plus 20 into x becomes 300. Isn't it? So when you multiply and simplify, you will be getting the equation, right? So like this in day-to-day life, in many more situations, we will be coming across the applications of the quadratic equation. Now let us go. I hope everybody understood the depth application, right? Now let us go with some more examples that where the definition and how to express the standard form. See. Check whether the following are quadratic equation or not. So the definition and the standard form applications. This you will be getting for 2 marks in your answers. I mean in the question paper in the exam, right? So how to check? Simplify both sides of the equation and try to write it in a standard form. Whether you will get the standard form in ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0 or not, let us check it out. In that the condition is a should not be 0, right? So multiply it. What will get? X square plus x plus 8 is equals to x square minus 4, a plus b into a minus b form. X square gets cancelled. In this term, in this step only, I can say that here as x square terms are vanished, there is no x square term. So this is not a quadratic equation where it doesn't have x square term in it, right? Therefore, it is not a quadratic equation. Now see this second example. X plus 2 whole square plus 1 is equals to x plus 3. Then what I will get? A plus b whole square identity. A is x square plus 2ab. 4x plus 4 plus 1 is equals to x plus 3. Then what do I get here? X square. When it comes this side, plus 4x minus 1x is plus 3x plus 4 plus 1, 5. And when 3 comes this side, 5 minus 3 is plus 2 is equals to 0. So this is the form of ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Yes, it is a quadratic equation. So the application of the definition will be like this, right? Now let us go into the methods of solving the quadratic equation. For that, first let us know that what is the solution of a quadratic equation. So now coming to the definition of a solution of a quadratic equation. What do you mean by solution of a quadratic equation? Suppose if x is equals to alpha is said to be the solution of a quadratic equation, is a solution of a quadratic equation if a alpha square plus b alpha plus c is equals to 0. Means what? That x is equals to alpha, when you put it in the equation wherever x is there, that should satisfy the equation. From this what we can say that a quadratic equation can have at most two roots, two solutions. Remember it. So a quadratic equation can have at most two roots, two solutions for this quadratic equation. Since we said it is a root solution, so let us know what are the methods to solve a quadratic equation. So I told you the first method is factorization method, second method is quadratic formula, third method is completing square method. So what is the factorization method? Factorization method already you have learned the factorizing of a trinomial, right? In the same way, when a quadratic equation is given to you, you will be factorizing splitting up the middle term and equating the factors of each to 0. You will be getting the roots of the given quadratic equation. So let us take one problem. The first method of factorizing a quadratic equation. Already this you have learnt in your 9th class polynomials, that how to factorize a trinomial, right? So that polynomial equated to 0 is a quadratic polynomial, already I told you, right? So how to solve this? By using factorization method. So splitting up the middle term. So for factors for 6 is 3 and 2. 3 into 2 will be plus 6, that means plus 3 into plus 2 will be plus 6, and plus 3 and plus 2 should be the middle term, plus 5, right? So I got it as x square plus 3x plus 2x plus 6 equals to 0. Taking x common in these two, x into x plus 3, 2 common in these two, 2 into x plus 3. So what are the factors I got for this? X plus 3 into x plus 2. I told you, splitting up the middle term and equating each factor to 0, I got it as x plus 3 is equal to 0 as x equals to minus 3. X plus 2 is equals to 0 as x is equals to minus 2. Therefore, the roots of this quadratic equation by factorization method are minus 3 and minus 2. Second method you have here is quadratic formula. So I told you in the introduction itself this quadratic formula was introduced by Sridharacharya. He has given the formula which we call it as quadratic formula. For what it is used? To solve the factors for the given quadratic equation. So for the same question, let us solve it by using the quadratic formula. So when I compare this with the standard form, what are the values I will be getting for it? A is equals to x square plus 5x plus 6 is equals to 0. When I compare it with the standard form, what do I get here? A as 1, B as plus 5 and C as plus 6. Substitute it in the formula. So x is equals to, the formula is minus b plus r minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. So minus b plus root b square minus 4ac by 2a is one value. Minus b minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a is another root. So substituting in, what do I get? Minus b minus 5 plus r minus root of b square 5 square minus 4 into a is 1, c is 6 by 2a, 2 into 1. So what do I get? Minus 5 plus r minus 5 square is 25 minus 4 6 are 24 by 2. So this becomes minus 5 plus r minus 25 minus 24 is 1. Root over 1 value is 1 by 2. So what I will get here? X values are minus 5 minus 1 by 2, that is minus 6 by 2 is minus 3. Minus 5 plus 1 by 2 is minus 4 by 2, that is minus 2. So in this method also I got the same thing. Now let us know how we got this formula, the proof of this formula. Okay, right. So the proof for this quadratic formula. What is the standard form? Ax square plus bx plus c. This can be done in two ways. Okay, so first method I am telling you is divide throughout the equation making x square coefficient as 1. Unity, right? So for that what I should do? Divide the throughout the equation with a on both the sides. Then what I'll get? Ax square by a is x square plus b by ax plus c by a is equals to 0 by a. Isn't it? Then what I'll get? X square plus b by ax plus c by a. We'll write here also this one so that nobody will get confused. C by a is equals to 0. Next step, add half of middle term. What is the middle term here? X coefficient is what? B by A, right? Remember it. Add half of x coefficient. What is my x coefficient here? B by A. B by A. For any problem, when you do it, the proof will be like this. So why I am telling you the proof in this method, I will be telling you later, right? Half of B by A whole square on both sides. Half of b by a whole square is what? B by 2a whole square. I am adding both the sides, right? So x square plus b by ax plus b by 2a whole square plus c by a is equals to 0 plus anything, you will be getting same thing, b by 2a whole square. Then what it becomes? X square. So this will become what? A square plus 2ab plus b square form. Why? Because if we write 2 into x into b by 2a, I will be getting b by a, right? So this will be in the form of a plus b. What is my b here? B by 2a. B by 2a whole square is equals to Send this to this side. So I'll get b square by 4a square minus c by a. Take the LCM here. X plus b by 2a whole square is equals to, LCM will be what? 4a square. So b square minus, already here a. So what will we get? 4ac. Then x plus b by 2a whole square is equals to, sending the square to that side, I'll be getting here plus r minus root over b square minus 4ac by 4a square. So get a 4a square out of the square root. Then what do I get here? X plus b by 2a is equals to plus r minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. Send this term to this side. Therefore, what I will be getting? X is equals to minus b by 2a plus r minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Hence LCM, if you take 2a, I will be getting minus b plus r minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. This is the quadratic formula. Is it clear? Now, let us go for the next method. So till now we have learned how to solve the quadratic equation using the factorization method and quadratic formula method. So what is the square method? Completing square method, right? Means when the given quadratic equation, in that if the first term is not in the whole square form, means if it is not a perfect square form, in such cases how to find out the roots of that given quadratic equation? If you think over, you can solve it by the factorization method also. In that cases, how to do? By using the completing square method, right? This is also two methods. By making it into a whole square, means 3 as a square, means what I should do? I have to multiply throughout the equation with 3. Like that also we can do. Or how I solve this, how I have given the proof for the complete this quadratic formula, in the same way we will be doing this also. What we did? We made that x square coefficient as 1. For that what we have to do? Divide the throughout the equation by 3. What it becomes? 3x square by 3 is x square, 5x by 3 plus 2 by 3, 0 by 3 is 0. Next step, what I said, add half of x coefficient. What is x coefficient here? 5 by 3. 5 by 3 whole square on both the sides. Then what it becomes? 5 by 6. Then what I will get? X square minus 5 by 3x plus 5 by 6 whole square plus 2 by 3 is equals to 0 plus 5 by 6 whole square is what? 5 by 6 whole square. Now what this I will be getting? Send this to this side. This is in the form of, you can write it is 2, a is what? X. If b is 5 by 6, what I will be getting here? 5 by 3x only, no? Means this is 2ab form only, right? So this becomes what now? This is in the form of a square minus 2ab plus b square. Send this 2 by 2 to that side of the equation. Transforming. So a minus b, 5 by 6 whole square is equals to 5 by 6 whole square becomes what? 25 by 36 plus 2 by 3 transformed to this side is minus 2 by 3. Then what it becomes? X minus 5 by 6 whole square is equals to, what is the LCM? 36, right? Then 25 minus 3 12s, 12 2's 24, isn't it? So x minus 5 by 6 whole square is equals to 1 by 36. So taking square root on both sides, I will get x minus 5 by 6 is equals to plus r minus root over 1 by 36 becomes plus r minus 1 by root 36 is what? 6. Now send this minus 5 by 6 to that side. Transform it. So 5 by 6 plus r minus 1 by 6. So taking x value as 5 by 6 plus 1 by 6 and 5 by 6 minus 1 by 6. 5 plus 1, 6 by 6 is 1, 5 minus 1, 4 by 6 is what? 2 by 3. Therefore, the roots of this quadratic equation is 1 and 2 by 3 by completing square method. Isn't it? In this same method only, I have given you the proof for the quadratic formula. That is the result. Right? Now last topic is what? Nature of the roots. Let us go into that topic. So now the last topic, nature of the roots. Before going to that, if they ask you to solve the quadratic equation, you can use any method, either factorization method or quadratic formula or completing square method until and unless the method is mentioned in the question. Okay. Now getting into the last topic, nature of the roots. Okay, the nature of the roots. In the what is the quadratic formula? X is equals to minus b plus r minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. As already while giving the definition, I told you that a, b, c are real. Right? So this b square minus 4ac is called as discriminant. So what is this discriminant does? It describes the nature of the roots. Right? So what this discriminant does? It describes the nature of the roots. So how do we can find the nature of the roots of a quadratic equation? By finding the discriminant. What is the discriminant? B square minus 4ac. So this b square minus 4ac value, what I said, as a, b, c are real. That real can be a greater than 0 or equal to 0 or less than 0. Discriminant represented d or delta. How do we find it? B square minus 4ac. Substituting a, b, c values from the given quadratic equation. If I get b square minus 4ac as a positive value, that is greater than 0, then the roots are real and unequal. Distinct roots. Real and distinct roots. If I get this b square minus 4ac is equals to 0, then the roots are real and equal. If this b square minus 4ac is negative, that is less than 0, as the square root in the real numbers we don't have for negative numbers. So since we write simply no real roots, isn't it? So three cases exist for finding nature of the roots. When the question asks you to find the nature of the roots, first and the foremost thing what you need to do is find the discriminant. How do we find the discriminant? B square minus 4ac. ABC you will get by comparing the equation with the standard form and substituting in this. If it is a positive value, roots are real and unequal, distinct. If it is equals to 0, roots are real and equal. If it is less than 0, that is negative, there are no real roots for the given quadratic equation, as we defined the quadratic equation for ABC as real, isn't it? So when this question, from this concept, when the question can be asked, find the discriminant, means simply you need to find b square minus 4ac. Or describe the nature of the roots, means for that b square minus 4ac, if it is positive or negative or equal to 0, based on that you will be writing this. That is for one short question. And one question you will be getting for based on the equal roots concept. Okay. So let us look into the applications of this concept of the quadratic equations. Till now we have learnt about the concept, and for each and every category I have given you the applications also. So for the last concept and the methods of solving the quadratic equation, if the verbal questions are given, how to apply the concept, means framing a quadratic equation with the given data in the question is very, very important. So once you get the equation, you can solve it either by quadratic formula or factorization method. Any one you can use it, right? So let us look into it, some of the questions. This question is based on ages and this question is based on the numbers. Let us see what is given in the question. He said that sum of the squares of two consecutive odd numbers is 290. Find the numbers, right? So first and foremost property what we need to do use here is let one odd number be x. Isn't it? Let one odd number be x. I am giving you the hint and I hope everybody know how to solve the equation, right? So let one odd number be x. So what is the other property we have? Consecutive odd numbers. What is the property we know? The difference between any two consecutive odd numbers is 2. So other consecutive number will be what? X plus 2. Isn't it? What is given in the question? That sum of the squares of, so square of this odd number plus square of this odd number is what given? 290. So when you read the question properly, it is easy for us to get the equation, isn't it? One odd number I took it as x. How do I get the other odd number? Using the property, that is consecutive odd numbers differ by 2. So it is x plus 2, isn't it? Example, you take 3 and 5 consecutive odds. What is their difference? 2, isn't it? So x plus 2. One odd number I took it as x. The other consecutive odd will be what? X plus 2. Because their property they differ by 2, isn't it? So x square, their squares no, x square and x square. Sum is plus is equals to 290. Expand it, you will get the quadratic equation, isn't it? Now go for the second question. I hope you will be getting this. Second question, what is said? The product of Mamta's age 2 years ago, ago means minus, and her age 4 years from now means hence 4 years means plus, is 1 more than her present age. So the problem is we don't know her present age. Let present age be x. Present age of Mamta's be x. So 2 years ago her age becomes what? X minus 2. 4 years from now means what? Hence 4 years. So 4 years hence her age will be what? X plus 4. Isn't it? What is the condition? Question given, product of her age 2 years ago and 4 years from now means what? X minus 2 into x plus 4 is equals to what is said? 1 more than her present age, isn't it? 1 more than twice her present age. 1 more than twice her present age. So 1 plus 2x. Present age is x, no? Twice her present age means what? 2x. 1 more is plus 1. So when you simplify it, you will get a quadratic equation, isn't it? So x square plus 4x minus 2x will be what? X square. What I will be getting here? Plus 4x minus 2x plus 2x minus 8 is equals to 2x plus 1. 2x. So I will be getting x square plus minus 9 equals to 0. X square minus 9 equal to 0 means x square is equals to 9. X is equals to plus r minus 3. You will be getting like that. Since the age is not negative, I will be considering plus 3 value. So her present age, Mamta's present age will be what? 3 years. So like this you will be getting different questions based on the pipes, based on the upstream and downstream, based on the speed of the train and like that. Okay. So let us go with the last concept of the nature of the roots. For that, one more question. Now let us go with the last question of the last concept, that is based on the nature of the roots, right? So while explaining that only, I have given you that how to find the discriminant and nature of the roots when the question is asked like that. Now based on the equal roots, let us see one more question. Find the value of k if 2x square plus kx plus 3 is equal to 0 has equal roots, right? So first and foremost thing what we need to do, we have to compare this equation with the standard form. What I got? A as 2, B as k, C as 3. And what is the hint given in the question? That this equation has equal roots. When we will get equal roots, if the discriminant, that is delta, that is b square minus 4a is 0. So let us substitute the values in this. B is what? K. K square minus 4, a is 2, c is 3 is equals to 0. So k square minus 4 2s are 8, 8 3s are 24 is equals to 0. So k becomes what here? 24 plus r minus under root. So therefore k value will become what? Plus r minus 2 root over 6, isn't it? So therefore the value of k is root 24 also you can write it. So these are the different ways and applications of the concept. I hope everybody understood this. Thank you. I hope everybody understood today's concept. If you have any doubts, let me know into the comment section. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.